Do you like the thumbnail? Now, there's no pressure here, okay? I notice things and I like to share, all right? You see Paul Wall there, okay? He's on the left. Real name Paul Michael Slayton, American rapper. I don't know why I threw American in there. I'm guessing he's from America. Born in Texas, right? Rapper, DJ, promoter. Yes, out of Houston, Texas. He's known for his screwed and chopped style mixtapes, inspired by the late DJ Screw. Wall's commercial success brought attention to Houston's signature chopped and screwed sound. He was an early signee to Swishahouse Records in the late 1990s, where he met Chamillionaire and formed the duo The Color Changin' Click. I remember the song Sitting Sideways off in the days. Excuse me if I get some of the lyrics wrong. That's the song I know. The People's Champ, right? Paul Wall. Okay, and you see on the right there, Paul Walker. So you got Paul Wall, Paul Walker out of Glendale, California. Now this character is deceased. We're going to go over a little bit of that here in a bit. And Paul William Walker the Fourth, American actor, model, stuntman, excuse me, and philanthropist. Best known for his role as Brian O'Connor. There may be some connections that I miss as I'm reading this as well, okay? And I'm not going super deep here. Surface level. But he was Brian O'Connor in the Fast and the Furious franchise. Walker also had roles in teen films like Varsity Blues and She's All That. He was the face of Davidoff Cool Water for men. What is that? Sounds like cologne or something. He appeared in the National Geographic Channel series Expedition Great White. So you see, they have like this very similar names, right? Paul Wall, Paul Walker. Okay. Now, check this out. Let's open this up. You know what I do on this channel. Look at the death date of Paul Walker and the birthday of Paul Wall. You see those similarities? So Paul Walker, look at his death date. These are the numbers, right? 11th month, 30th day, 1130. Paul Wall's birthday, 11th day, 3rd month, 113. So you have 1130, 113. Even Paul Walker died in 2013. So you get Paul Wall, Paul Walker, and you get the death date of Paul Walker syncing up with the birthday of Paul Wall, 1130, 113, and then dying in the year 13 with Paul Walker. They're both connected to cars. Paul Walker was in the Fast and Furious films. I don't know. It seemed like a good handful from what I saw. Or he's at least associated with those films, right? So whatever the count is. Look at him in the car right there. Paul Wall's known for cars. Look at the picture right there. Right? If you've ever seen any Paul Wall videos. And, Houston has kind of like their own style when it comes to cars. Look at that car right there. But isn't that interesting? And Paul Walker, let me get a better explanation. How did Paul Walker die? Because with that November 30th, 2013 death date at age 40 from combined effects of traumatic and thermal injuries following a single car accident in Santa Clarita, California. He was a passenger in a Porsche Carrera GT driven by Roger Rodas. That sounds kind of like road with the car accident, huh? Which struck a light pole and trees at speeds of over 100 miles per hour before bursting in flames. That's interesting. And he was in Fast and the Furious. How is Paul Wall associated with cars? Now, a prominent figure in Houston's slab car culture, known for driving and promoting custom vehicles equipped with signature sueños, which I guess means elbow rims. As an expert in this, he educates on the history of 1983 to 1984 Cadillac style heavy poking rims you see in that pic, right? And frequently features these candy painted modified cars in his music and videos. Let me know if I'm missing any connections as well in the comments. Isn't that amazing? That's amazing. Am I recording? Yeah. Look at Paul Walker. His birthday's September 12th. This is the bonus I was talking about. His birthday 6 days before John Wall's birthday. I think John Wall retired, if I'm not mistaken, NBA. So, John Wall, September 6th birthday. Paul Walker, September 12th. Come on, right? What are the odds of that? So you got Paul Wall, Paul Walker, John Wall. With John Wall being born 6 days before Paul Walker's birthday. Come on, man. Come on, man, right? What are the odds? What are the odds of that? You can see right there that John Wall had an 11 on his jersey, at least with the LA Clippers. His last season with the Clippers, just over 11 points per game that season. And again, Paul Walker died in the 11th month. Paul Wall born on the 11th day of his birth month. Come on, right? If that would have been 11.3 points a game in that last season for the Clippers for John Wall, wow, right? Look how close that was. Notice how look at the field goal percentage in that last season for John Wall. 40 field goal percentage, 40.8. Paul Walker died at age 40. Paul Wall died at age 40. Look, come on, man. You know, I mean, we could go deep. You even see that Wizards right there. John Wall played for the Wizards. Think about like Trump Wall, Washington, D.C., politics. Come on, man. I hope you enjoyed that. It's surface level, okay? This is surface level decoding here. Anybody can see. I'll take that Paul Wall watch and that chain. You know what I'm saying? Good stuff. I hope you enjoyed that. I told you we had the bonus connection with John Wall. You can't deny these connections, and the world is scripted on the language. Okay? Absolutely undeniable. Paul Wall, Paul Walker, we had the bonus with John Wall. Let me know what you think. If you have any add-ons, if you want to go a little deeper, let me know what's up. Okay, I'll see you in the next decode.